Talk Ninja!
Thank you. Always wear your helmets in space, kids. Let that be a lesson to you. No oxygen up there. Alright. Settle down. We all know it's fake. Cheers. Alright, welcome to episode dos of Talk Ninja. And, I want to put something out of the way right off the bat. Now, after I uploaded episode 1, I realized there's another show that I've never seen on the internet about a ninja talking. And it is called Ask a Ninja. And I actually have never seen this. Well, after watching a couple, I just want you to know that I have had absolutely no intention of copying him. If I did want to copy him, I'd probably do something like this.
I got a question from Michael of Kansas. He says, how do you make a web show about a ninja? Well, Mike, let me tell you, it is hard. There's a lot of chopping.
Not funny. Yep, I did not care for it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a ninja. I'm saying that as a comedian. That's not funny. Now, I've been a member of the web community for years, and how I'd failed to see the show even once, I don't know. But anyway, enough about his show. Let's get back to this show. The Ninja Show. Not Ask a Ninja. The Ninja. So anyway, let's get started with Systems Analyst today. Bink. Welcome to my classic game room. For the first episode of Systems Analyst, I have a very special guest here. I picked a system which I really love from the classic era. The Colecovision. It's not a very common one you ever see. I mean, it certainly is eclipsed by the Atari 2600 for various reasons, but I can't quite figure out why, because this is a fantastic piece of old gaming equipment. Let's go through the reasons why, and let's score this thing. Alright, let's start off by seeing how high quality the build of this thing is. It's got a beautiful ColecoVision label there. Mine's actually in really good shape. Maybe not all of them will be. You can get these pretty cheap on eBay. This thing, it's pretty sturdy. It's not going to break on you. And that's basically it. It's very simple, very stylish looking. So I'm going to give this thing a 8 out of 10. Alright, the next category I'm going to score these things on is user friendliness. How easy is this thing to hook up? How easy is it to just play? And I like to play all of my older systems on a very old classic TV. That's the only way to go in my book. Now, if you're going to think about collecting these older systems, most of them have one of these. This thing is a nightmare. It's a UHF connector for your TVs. If you have an old TV, that's fine. But if you have a new one, you're going to want to invest the whole $1 or $2 into one of these little adapters. It just turns a coaxial port into one of these old gaming ports. You can't talk about the ColecoVision without talking about this. This monstrosity, which weighs about 3 pounds, is its power adapter. God only knows why it's so big. But anyway, that's really all there is to it. It's got one power plug, and it has one video cord. So, for ease of use, I give this thing an 8 out of 10. And the third aspect of all these systems going to reviewing, the controller. Now this thing has a very, very similar, strange controller to the Intellivision, which is in the same era. These things look like a cell phone. They got the number pad here, they got buttons on the side, and this ColecoVision has a weird joystick shaped like a disc. Can you see that? It's like raised. This thing is, I don't know. It feels grindy. It works for the most part. I don't have any broken ones, but the main problem with them is, look at it. This is the first player's controller right here, and I get a good 3 feet of room to play. So a lot of these old systems had that same thing. You know, you only get a few, you have to sit right next to the system while you play them. But as for the controllers themselves, they're way better than the Intellivision because they come out, they're not hardwired to it. So, It's awkward, it's clunky, but it works. So the controller for this system, I give it a 6. Alright, for the fourth category, which is graphics and sound, let's see what this thing's capable of. I'm going to start off by showing a little bit of Frogger, which is an awesome game all around. But actually for this system, I would say it's the best version you can get in the home. Now, this thing totally eclipses the Atari 2600. The Colecovision is probably the grandmaster of bringing arcade games home. This thing has spectacular graphics and sound compared to the Atari 2600, 5200, and in television. So if you're looking to bring arcade games from the 80s home, this is the machine you want to do it on. This thing is great. So, for graphics and sound, oh, and Frogger even has the music on this, which it doesn't for any other port. So for graphics and sound, we're going to give the Colecovision a 9, because this thing rules. Now comes the most important part of any system, the game library. Every game on the Coleco, unfortunately, has like a 12-second wait at the beginning while it just tells you what game you're playing, in case you forgot which cartridge you put in, I guess. And every game also has these skill selection things. Let's check out Adventure, which is also awesome. This is another arcade game brought home. And as you can see, if you've ever played an Atari 2600 version of this is way better, even though it's still just a smiley face with some arrows sticking out of it. And here we have Smurf, which is kind of a smurfing piece of crap, but at least it shows you, oops, at least it shows you what this thing is capable of graphics-wise. I'm going to be doing a lot of the other systems so you can compare on my other videos just how much better this is than the other ones. The thing I like about this game is you can get your ass kicked by a fence. Oh, next. And one of my very personal favorites, Frenzy, on the ColecoVision is a hell of a lot of fun. This is the sequel to Berserk, so if you know anything about Berserk, this is a great one. This one's way more challenging and way more fun than Berserk, though, in my opinion. So anyway, that's basically it for the ColecoVision. In terms of library, this one gets a 10. Almost every game is fantastic for it, and well worth trying to get a high score and just playing for fun. There's also a lot of games like Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers and stuff for this, so if you like those kind of things, they're on here too. I just wanted to show the more obscure ones. So that is the ColecoVision in a nutshell. A great little system to start any classic gaming collection. This thing is a lot of fun, and it's a lot of great two-player games out there too. Overall, this thing averages out to an 8. Alright, I got a ton of classic gaming stuff, so I'll be describing a lot of those old systems that I collect to you later. Alright, for now though, before we move on, it's time for another Name That Walk Cycle!
The ninja is going to animate like a famous gaming character. You must guess who he is walking like. Put your guesses in the comment section. That's all you get. Thanks for playing. Bitch.
Make sure you put your guesses down in the comments section, and I'll tell you if you get it right. So anyway, this next segment, I decided today I'm going to go with a rant. Now, when Michael Jackson finally passed away, there's something that has been bothering me. It just constantly. I mean, not constantly. It's stupid. All right. Now, the entire time the man was alive, everybody, everywhere, every TV show, every news article, everything was just ripping on him, making fun of him. The guy was the laughing stock of the music industry, the laughing stock of the entertainment industry. And, that was funny. South Park did it. I'm sure SNL did it all the time. Everybody loved to make fun of this, child-touching weirdo, whatever he was, allegedly. Whatever. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. But anyway. Okay, so he dies, and what do I see everywhere? No, now everyone's, oh, he's dead. Oh, he was a legend. He was great. He's awesome. Let's make a movie about him. Let's make a bunch of games about him. Let's sell shit. They're just making a buck off of the weirdo's death. And, it's so hypocritical, it's so two-faced, and so typical of this country. Whenever anybody is dead, suddenly he's awesome. But when he's alive, let's make fun of him. And I saw there's, what is it, This Is It, the movie. I'm pretty sure if you made a movie about him while he was alive, it would be a little different, and it would be a little funnier. But, there was also a bunch of games for DS, PS3, and Xbox, and Wii. It was called the Michael Jackson Experience. No, See, if this was a couple of years ago, this is what the Michael Jackson experience would have been. So I'm just saying, we should still be making fun of him, even though he's dead. I'm sorry, he was hilarious. So why is everybody suddenly changing their mind? Or do they think his ghost is gonna haunt them with his pale-ass face? Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. It irritates me. And one more thing before we exit tonight, before I get the hell out of here and have some macaroni and cheese or something. It's only been one episode, and I already got a bunch of people saying, what the hell is with the desk? Why has it got this? You know why? That's why, because it doesn't even exist in the corporeal realm. That's why. See ya!